What's going on, guys? It's Cynical and welcome back to another Kingdom Hearts 3 news and information video. Can't really say I was expecting to wake up again today to see a whole bunch of new Kingdom Hearts 3 screenshots and renders. You guys should probably know that yesterday we woke up to see a whole bunch of brand new screenshots for both Olympus and Twilight Town. V-Jump out of nowhere decided it would be a good idea to show off the world icons for Olympus and Twilight Town, to also reveal Zeus and Meg for Olympus, and to of course show us some new screenshots. Well, today the official Kingdom Hearts Twitter account thought to themselves, alright V-Jump, you can't take our spotlight, boys. We're gonna be out here uploading some new and sort of older screenshots now in HD, focusing mainly on Twilight Town and Radiant Garden. Now, there is something for sure fishy going on. This sort of out-of-the-blue advertisement and promotion for Kingdom Hearts 3 isn't something we usually normally see, right? And I think this is why everyone's so sort of surprised with what we've seen over the past couple of days. Sure, it hasn't been anything really too substantial, but for the official Kingdom Hearts Twitter account and randomly V-Jump to show us a bunch of new stuff, it's sort of odd. Now, before we talk about this new stuff, you guys should know that on November 3rd, we have that special Kingdom Hearts 3 panel, which is hosted by Shinji Hashimoto. This is happening at Luca Comics and Games. With the stuff that's been happening recently with Kingdom Hearts 3, with us getting a better look at sort of Twilight Town and some new stuff for like Olympus, it sort of makes me think that what is happening on November 3rd, I personally believe that at this point we're likely to probably get some sort of a deep dive for Twilight Town, keeping in mind that we really haven't seen too much of Twilight Town within the recent trailers that we've received throughout this year. Sure, in cutscenes, we've seen like the mansion area, we've seen the tram common area, but in the sense of actual gameplay for Twilight Town, and especially considering that this is a returning world, we know most of the locations and areas of this world, it's surprising that we really haven't seen too much of it in action in itself. So I personally believe that this special panel that is happening on November 3rd will give us a look at Twilight Town, hopefully within gameplay, but not only that, perhaps maybe we're finally going to see Radiant Garden confirmed to be a world. I think at this point it's pretty much expected that Radiant Garden is going to return as a world. Most likely it'll act as the traditional sort of hub world, similar to that of Kingdom Hearts 2. As we know, we've seen Radiant Garden, mainly the computer area, a lot throughout the trailers this year, so I'd say at this point it's likely that it's going to return. So maybe this panel is going to give us a look at both Twilight Town and Radiant Garden, but we'll just have to be patient. I just gotta say that it is pretty damn sus to randomly receive all of this stuff over the past couple of days, seeing as Square Enix don't usually do this sort of thing. So like I was saying, the official Kingdom Hearts Twitter account dropped some new images. These are new and old images, but now in HD, which is super cool. Let's take a look at the renders first and foremostly. So we have 3 new renders right here, showing us Hayna, Pence, and Olette. Of course, we've already seen these characters, but it's super nice to actually now get renders for them. We have a brand new screenshot of Sora right here, standing in Twilight Town, what looks to be the tram common area. He is absolutely glowing though. Oh my god, like the character models, now getting these HD image, the character models of Kingdom Hearts 3, oh, they look spot on. We have a new saucy image of both Hayna and Pence. It sort of looks as if Hayna is a little bit triggered towards Pence for whatever reason. I gotta know the context of what's going on in this scene, but super cool. It looks to be that they're actually in the courtyard of the mansion itself. As we can see, they're actually beyond the gate. We have a new image of Pence on the computer in the basement of course, the mansion. It sort of looks as if something is going wrong here. We can see the expression on Pence's face looks like he's perhaps maybe done something wrong to the computer, but we can also see some like red lighting on the computer screen itself. As we know, this computer is used to access the alternate digital Twilight Town, so perhaps when Pence is, trying to access it, perhaps maybe something goes wrong. That sort of red that's going on the screen sort of indicates that there is some kind of error going on, but interesting. We have a picture of Ienzo right here standing in the computer area of Radiant Garden. It seems to be that this is where he's pretty much primarily going to be located throughout the game. Of course, getting in contact with Sora when need be. I'm pretty sure we've seen this scene within the E3 trailers that we got earlier on this year. Once again, we have another picture of Ienzo in the computer area of Radiant Garden. This time around though, it's facing behind Ienzo, looking directly at the computer, and of course we can see all of the heart containers throughout the lab itself. Super cool to see this now in, of course, the Unreal Engine 4. I'm really crossing my fingers that, of course, Radiant Garden does return. I think at this point, it's fairly obvious that it is going to. We have an image of Sora, Donald, and Goofy with Hayner, Pence, and Olette. We actually saw this within yesterday's V-Jump scans for Twilight Town. Now, of course, we're seeing this within a slightly higher quality. Next up is Sora, Donald, and Goofy versus the Demon Tower in Twilight Town's Tram Common. Of course, we got to see this in action within the E3 trailer, but again, an HD screenshot of it. We now have the HD version of Hayner, Pence, and Olette running away from the Demon Tower. Here we have a screenshot of the gang once again in the computer area of the basement of the Twilight Town mansion. We can see Sora having some sort of a conversation with Ienzo on his mobile portal device. It makes me think that if something does go wrong with the computer that Pence is trying to use to access the alternate Twilight Town, perhaps Sora is getting in contact with Ienzo to try figure out the problem. So literally as I was finishing up this video, Square Enix thought it'd be an awesome idea to drop even more stuff, this time around focusing on the Olympus stuff. A lot of this is what we saw in yesterday's scan, except now it's in HD, plus we have even more new screenshots of Olympus as well. So let's start off with the renders. We're finally seeing Zeus, Hades, Pegasus, Meg, and finally now Phil. We didn't actually get to see Phil in yesterday's scans, but we can now see all of these in HD. Again, I cannot stress how good the character models look in Kingdom Hearts 3. All of the attention to detail when it comes to like clothing especially, you can see all of the like the knitting and all that sort of stuff. God, it looks so good. We have a new screenshot right here of Sora, Donald, and Goofy coming into contact with Maleficent and Pete. This is probably one of the very first times we come in contact with these guys for Kingdom Hearts 3, so this is definitely one conversation I'm interested in knowing about. We have a new picture of Meg and Herc right here. It looks to be that they're having some sort of an emotional conversation. Next up, we see Sora, Donald, and Goofy talking to Hercule. This is most likely taking place in the same instance as, of course, the Meg conversation. It seems to be that these guys are currently in Thebes. We have Hades sitting on a throne, and it looks to be that he is actually within the heavens area, Olympus. We can see sort of like a big rock sitting next to him. I want to say that that's probably the Lava Titan, as of course we know Hades ends up awakening the different elemental titans to, of course, rain terror on Olympus. We have a fired up Hades looking very triggered towards both Hercule as well as Zeus. I just gotta say, it's absolutely awesome to finally see Zeus in a Kingdom Hearts game, considering that Olympus has pretty much been in every single Kingdom Hearts game, and Zeus hasn't appeared once. It's so good to see this macho man. Next up, we can see Sora, Hercule, Pegasus, Meg, and Phil. Obviously, Meg and Phil are on Pegasus. We can also see Mount Olympus in the distance as well. Again, this looks to be that these guys are standing in Thebes. And the last new screenshot of Olympus right here looks to be some sort of an emotional scene between Zeus and Hercule. I was definitely expecting some sort of father-son talk in this world, so it's good to see that this is confirmed now. Oh, the emotions, they're just gonna flow. Cannot wait. However guys, that is all of the new stuff that Square Enix randomly out of the blue decided to drop today. There is obviously a big focus going on with both Olympus as well as Twilight Town, and this is most likely due to the fact that throughout this year, both Olympus and Twilight Town hasn't really been all that focused on, aside from, of course, Twilight Town receiving a lot of different cutscenes in the ways of like sort of gameplay and all that sort of stuff. Olympus and of course Twilight Town has been on the DL. So I want to say that with this Kingdom Hearts 3 panel happening on November 3rd, hopefully we do see a little bit more of a deep dive, specifically more so on Twilight Town in the ways of gameplay. We have already seen a lot of Olympus thus far with all of the different demo footage, trailer footage over the years. So I think at this point a lot of us are definitely eager to see more of Twilight Town. Keeping in mind too that we also have Paris Games Week that is happening towards the end of October, which actually happens shortly before Luca Comic in Games, which is where the Kingdom Hearts 3 panel is taking place. Not saying that necessarily PGW is going to have any Kingdom Hearts 3 stuff, but for sure keep your eye out. However guys, in the comment section down below, let me know your thoughts and opinions towards all of this juicy new stuff. I've been Cynical. Hopefully you guys are having an absolutely fantastic day, and until next time guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.
Hit them on the page, you'll be coming through stain. Gold in my mouth when you suckers be bluffing. Milk crank, gaming up the bitch though. Catch me in the back playing Super Nintendo.